No TDS pregame show tonight. A lot going on campus. Baseball is going on campus. We've got softball going on in Tucson, Arizona. Had to wrap some things up for that. And now we are set for RMAC basketball. The Dixie State women's basketball team back in the Burns Arena for the last of two final home games in the regular season. And tonight they host Adams State, the Grizzlies, coming to us from Alamosa, Colorado. We are live on Radio Dixie 91.3 FM on the Dixie State Stretch Internet Portal and on CEC TV, as well as on the radio in Alamosa, Colorado. We welcome in our friends in Alamosa as well. Again, Dixie State will win the opening tack, moving right to left. Across your radio dial, we'll get you the starters as we go on throughout this contest. Pavlica looking inside Chesney Stevens. Dixie State the first possession of the night, and they'll toss inside. Stevens catches and scores with the left hand. 9:40 remaining first quarter. Carrick Segmiller with you. Calling the game solo tonight. Drayson Ball not able to make it for the game tonight. He's got new PA duties over at the baseball game and not able to get over here in time for this game. A three-point shot for Adams State. It's Allie McKenzie. She buries it. Three-point lands straight away, and it's a 3-2 lead for Adams State. 9:20 remaining first quarter. Starting tonight for Dixie State, it's Franks as she looks inside of Stevenson, and Stevenson can't handle the pass. It's London Pavlica, Kesley Stevenson, Maddie Loftus, Allie Franks, Chesney Stevens. For the Grizzlies, Laura Gutierrez, Marshall Hollins, Peyton Dimps, Cassie Schell, and Allie McKenzie. And that'll be a turnover as Hollins was looking left, was expecting McKenzie to be there for a pass, and McKenzie had already made her move inside. In fact, actually, that's Dimps that had made the move inside. And a turnover. Dixie State gets it back. 9 minutes to go. First quarter, Dixie State trailing 3-2. These two teams met just a couple of weeks ago. Trailblazers were victorious in Alamosa, 65-39. Inside Stevens, looking for Franks. The pass is tipped. It's loose on the floor and picked up by Adams State. Dimps gets it and whips it to McKenzie. McKenzie ahead to Hollins. Hollins leaves with McKenzie. Now top of the key, Hollins. As Adams State settles into the offense. 15 feet from the bucket, left side, a wraparound pass around the back of Stevens, out to Peyton Dimps. 13 to shoot for the Grizzlies, 8:25 on the game clock, and a 3-2 lead for the visitors for the Grizzlies. Free throw line jumper up from Hollins. It's short. Dixie State grabs the rebound. Loftus. Cross-court pass, Pavlica. Pavlica holding, three-point land straight away. Pick and pop with Franks. Franks hands back off to Pavlica, fakes a three, drives to the free throw line right side. Swing it over to Stevenson. Now Pavlica, three-point land straight away. High post right, now Stevens. Holding with 7 to shoot. Gotta find something. Franks, a pump fake, top of the key to the free throw line. To Pavlica, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. She doesn't see it, shot clock violation. Trailblazers will turn it over. And a 3-2 Adams State lead. With 7:45 to play first quarter. Again, we welcome in our friends on the radio in Alamosa, Colorado. Taking a feed of our game. Here's Peyton Dimps driving inside from left to right. She'll get it up off the window, but it's too strong, and Dixie State going the other way. Cross-court pass Franks into the left corner. Stevenson fires a high arcing three, and it catches nothing but the bottom of the net. Stevenson buries it, and the Trailblazers lead it 5-3 with 7:18 to play first quarter. Carrick Segmiller flying solo tonight. Stevens nearly a steal. On the other end, couldn't come down with it. Adams State continues the possession. It's Hollins. Hollins dribbling to the left. Now gives to Dimps. Three-point arc left side. Drives inside to the right. High off the window and in for Peyton Dimps. And we are tied at 5. 6:48 remaining. And we are knotted at 5. Both teams have 1 two-point basket and 1 three-point basket. And that brings us to a 5-5 tie. Stevens looking backdoor into Franks, and it's stolen away. Dimps read that one like a book, and here come the Grizzlies. Gutierrez will hand off. Top of the key. Swing it left to Dimps. Dimps to Schell. Puts the ball on the floor, driving inside to the right, high off the window. Just couldn't get it to go. Ball rims out, Allie Franks the rebound. Pass ahead to Loftus. Stops to Stevenson, right wing three on the way, it's too strong. And Hollins elevates for the rebound and pulls it down for the Grizzlies. Quickly the other way, here's Gutierrez, a layup short off the front iron, had a good look at it, but couldn't get it to go. 5:55 remaining. First quarter, we are tied at 5. Stevens to Pavlica, free throw line. Whipping it inside, pick and roll with Stevens, catch it, couldn't get it to go into the bucket. Perfectly executed play, but the ball would not stay down, and here come the Grizzlies. 5:35 remaining, and a tap out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Grizzlies. Substitutions from both sides. Moyai into the game for Dixie State. That's the only change there. Matty Doris is into the game for the Grizzlies, along with, as Hollins buries a free throw line jumper. And that is a 7-5 Adams State lead. Zakiah Beckles checked into the game as well for the Grizzlies. Dixie State, a 2-point deficit right now, 7-5, 5:10 remaining first quarter. Franks stopped at the free throw line looking for help. Here's Pavlica, free throw line jumper on the way, off to the right and short, and the rebound falls into the hand of Gutierrez. Gutierrez crossing over from left to right, now backs it up. Center of the floor, and we'll hand off to Hollins. Under 5 to go in the first quarter. Media timeout coming on the next whistle. And a 7-5 Adams State lead. Hollins to the right elbow. She'll let a jumper fly. Too strong. Dixie State the rebound. Pavlica grabs it. Pavlica, D-logo, straight away just across the timeline, crossing back and forth through the legs. Now angles to the right. Guarded by Hollins, 15 to shoot. Stevenson, catch and shoot 3 straight away. Bang! Another Mountain America 3-point shot, and it's her second of the night. And Dixie State back up on top, 8-7. And Stevenson kept checking her arm after that. She may have been scratched on the defensive end. She's got a little bit of blood, not really running down the arm, but she tried to get the attention of the bench, but nobody saw it. We play on. 8-7. Dixie State the lead, 4 minutes to go, and a tip and a steal. Tip by Stevenson, Pavlica the steal. Now ahead to Stevenson, and she'll lay it off the window. And it's short, but she's fouled. And free throws coming for Kesley Stevenson. Now the referee finally sees Stevenson checking her arm. She's gonna go get that wiped up, and then she'll have 2 free throws brought to you by Vintage at Canyonlands right after this 60-second timeout. Dixie State an 8-7 lead, 3:54 to go. Back in a minute on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Camping World is here to help you connect to adventure and explore the outdoors with friends and family. Offering new and pre-owned RVs to fit every budget and thousands of parts and accessories for any need. Camping World has it all. With over 130 supercenters nationwide, you're never far from America's #1 RV dealer. No matter where your adventures take you, whether you need an RV, parts, or service, Camping World is here to help you every step of the way. Visit Camping World in St. George or shop campingworld.com today.
7 lead here in the first quarter over Adams State. The Trailblazers, of course, coming into this game 14-9 overall, 9-8 in the RMAC, and tied for the final spot in the top 8 right now. In fact, tied for that 8th spot with MSU Denver, but by virtue of the Trailblazers win in Denver a few weeks ago, they are currently sitting at the 8th spot, hoping to get a win tonight and stay there. Stevenson, a pair of free throws brought to you by Vintage at Canyonlands. First one on the way and in. Kesley Stevenson with a game-high 7 tonight. She's been waiting. Scored 15 a game a couple of weeks ago. Makes both free throws. She's got 8. Went through a spell earlier in this season, did Stevenson, where she just couldn't find anything to go. Good looks, they wouldn't stay down. And Dixie State would really benefit from Kesley Stevenson being able to splash a few home from beyond the arc and at the free throw line. 10-7, Dixie State lead. Here come the Grizzlies the other way. Stop and pop jumper. Baseline right side is up and in for Gutierrez. And it's a 10-9 Dixie State lead. 3:30 remaining first quarter. 3:25 to go. Dixie State a 10-9 lead. Loftus to the left side. Stevenson. Her defender falls down. Gives to Moyai. Moyai kick to the left corner. Franks driving baseline left. Stop. Skip pass right wing. Pavlica. 3 on the way. Too strong off the back iron. And the rebound into the hands of the Grizzlies. And here comes Adams State. It was Michaela Ewing on the rebound. Gutierrez. On the left side. Jimenez. Jimenez to Beckel. Step back 3 right wing. Just short. Will fall off the right side of the rim, and Pavlica snares the rebound. Pavlica pushing it across the timeline. She's got space, drives inside, and a reaching foul. I believe they're going to get Zakaya Beckles. No, it's going to be Danielle Jimenez. 2:45 to go first quarter. Dixie State a 10-9 lead. Adams State so far this season 3-20 overall. 3-13 in RMAC play. Trailblazers with possession. Franks, three-pointer, straight away, in and out, would not stay down. And here come the Grizzlies. Gutierrez, right wing. Top of the key for Ewing. Will drive it inside, a left-hand floater on the run, and it's in, off the window. Michaela Ewing, an athletic shot there, and an 11-10 Adams State lead. 4-0 spurt for the Grizzlies to take the lead back. 2:10 to go first quarter. Greenwood just checked into the game for Dixie State. Her first touch comes on the right wing. Now to Pavlica, free throw line. 13 to shoot for Dixie State. Hand off to Greenwood, but before Pavlica could make the exchange, she traveled. 11-10, Dixie State trailing by 1. Trailblazers so far just 37% from the field. Meanwhile, Adams State 45%. And Adams State, a team so far this season shooting just 32% from the field. Maddie Doris will check back in for the Grizzlies. Clock rolling, under 2 minutes to go. 1:55 to go here in this opening frame. And Adams State an 11-10 lead. Ewing backing in on Franks, has it knocked out of her hands, but it falls into the hands of Peyton Dimps, who will catch and score under the basket. 13-10, Adams State a 3-point advantage. 1:40 remaining here in quarter number 1. Trailblazers with possession, can tie with a 3 here. And here's Franks for a 3, 2-tie, missed it off the left side. Offensive rebound, Greenwood will chase it down on the left wing, driving inside. Kick to Pavlica, one more, Stevenson for 3, again. Kesley Stevenson, her 3rd Mountain America 3-point shot of the quarter, and we are tied at 13. And Kesley Stevenson, wearing jersey number 11, has 11 points already in the first quarter. 1:05 to go in the opening period. Dimps to Jimenez, left side. They'll swing it to Ewing. She'll try a 3 right wing. It dies. It's a deep 2. I'm going to say her foot was on the line. It dies on the front iron and crawls over. 15-13. Adams State a 2-point lead. 45 seconds remaining. Pavlica looking to Frank's left elbow. Knocked out of her hand. She regains. We'll back it out. 3-point land straight away, and there she'll be bumped. A whistle and a foul will go against Adams State. It'll be Maddie Doris picking up the foul. And that's team foul number 3. Dixie State will have possession. 36.6 seconds remaining. And the shot clock at 20. Pavlica to trigger, baseline left. Into Ali Franks. Jumper, baseline left, rims out. And a rebound to Ali McKenzie and the Grizzlies. Hand off to Jimenez. Jimenez to the left side and Beckles. Beckles to Dimps. Dimps now to Ewing. Ewing to Jimenez. Jimenez to Beckles. 9 to shoot. Stevenson falls down, and then the Grizzlies turn it over. Kesley Stevenson was guarding Zakiya Beckles, and she slipped and fell. Beckles didn't see it, tried to pass into the corner to McKenzie, and they turned it over. Dixie State will have it. They started walking it up the floor. The clock started before the touch is what the stoppage in play is at this point, so they're gonna get together. They're gonna put 9.3 seconds back up on the clock, and they're gonna inbound center court. Dixie State will have the possession. 9.3 seconds to go, first quarter. Trailing 15-13. Franks to inbound to Pavlica. Catches just behind the timeline, now pushes it across with 6 and 5. To the right elbow with 3. Still Pavlica. Stevenson with 2, with 1. 3 from the left wing is just short. A high arcing 3 that looked right on the money, but it just fell short. And Dixie State, after 1 quarter of play, will trail it 15-13. Kesley Stevenson with 11 of Dixie State's 13 points in the first quarter. We'll step away for a 1-minute timeout and come back with quarter number 2 of the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
When Southern Utah thinks of home furnishings, they think of Boulevard Home. But when Boulevard Home thinks about home, Southern Utah comes to mind. In 1974, local pioneer descendant Tony Whitwer decided to start a furniture business. He decided to name it after Southern Utah's most famous street, St. George Boulevard. Even though Tony has retired, his family's legacy still lives in who we are, a company dedicated to one goal, making your house home. Boulevard Home. Home is who we are.
Ten minutes up on the second quarter clock and a 15-13 Adams State lead. The Grizzlies with possession. Out of the first quarter timeout. We'll give you some first half stats here in just a moment. Here's Ewing. Left-handed jumper in the paint. Missed it for Adams State. It's short. And Ewing will chase it down and knock it off of Maddie Loftus and out of bounds. And the Grizzlies will maintain the possession of the first quarter. Dixie State 33% for the field. And Adams State 50%. 7 of 14 from the field for Adams State in the first quarter. On the floor for Dixie State out of the timeout. Pavlica, they go back to the original starters. Pavlica, Stevenson, Loftus, Franks, and Stevens. Adams State with 7 to shoot. Ewing for 3, left wing, in and out. Halfway down and it popped out. Here comes Dixie State the other way. Stevenson to Stevens, free throw line jumper blocked from behind by Hollins. And Ewing will grab the rebound for the Grizzlies. Stevens did not see Hollins trailing the play. 15-13, Adams State still a 2-point lead. 9:10 remaining. Here's Hollins calling out the play. 3-point land straight away, now angling to the perimeter left side. Will swing it to the right side and dimps. Takes a couple of dribbles, center court. Top of the key now. 3 on the way from McKenzie. Off the back iron, Kesley Stevenson the rebound for the Trailblazers. And off to Pavlica. Pavlica to Loftus. Loftus to Pavlica. And now they set up the offense. Pavlica dribbling to the left. And a whistle and a foul going to go against Adams State. It's Gutierrez holding Stevenson as she was cutting through the lane. First foul, first team foul against Adams State here in quarter number 2. Just had the right arm draped right across Stevenson as she tried to make her move. Stevens catch. And a reverse from left to right, a layup off the inbounds pass. She gets her second bucket. It's been Stevens and Stevenson scoring all 15 points for the Trailblazers. And now Pavlica is steal. We're tied at 15, but perhaps not for long. Pavlica to Loftus in transition, lefty layup, yes. 17-15, Dixie State a 2-point lead, 8:13 remaining. Here in half number 1. Points after turnovers. Dixie State converting on the steal. And a tip, nearly another steal, but Chesney Stevens will be called for the foul, coming over the top of Allie McKenzie. The floor for Adams State right now. You got Gutierrez, Hollins, Dimps, Ewing, and McKenzie. It'll be Hollins to trigger baseline left. To Gutierrez. The angle left side. Gives to McKenzie. McKenzie top of the key now for Hollins. Hollins slow dribble to left. Now accelerates, stops, backs into the left corner. Now drives back inside, a lefty layup, no. Offensive rebound, McKenzie. The putback with the left hand, rims out, and now Stevens thought was perhaps going to get called for another foul, but did not. She just knocked it out of bounds. And it goes back to the Grizzlies. Adams State a 4-1 advantage in the offensive glass. And a 12-9 advantage on the boards overall. Michaela Johnson will check in for Dixie State. And Maddie Doris back in for the Grizzlies. A deep two, right side for Hollins, and she buries it. We're tied at 17. 7:25 to go until halftime. And neither team able to create much separation in the first quarter and a half. Franks will bounce to Loftus. Left elbow. Loftus puts the ball on the floor, hand off to Pavlica, accelerating, driving inside. A runner is too strong. And the rebound to Adams State and Peyton Dimps. Dimps pushes across the timeline now to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Hollins. Hollins left side, McKenzie. Out of Dimps. Inside Doris, working on Johnson. Lowers the shoulder and ran over Michaela Johnson. Doris doesn't like the call. But every little criteria you needed for that call was there. Johnson got in position, held her ground. Dimps turned around. Not Dimps, Doris turned around, put the shoulder down a little bit. And a turnover will give Dixie State possession of the basketball. 6:44 to go, second quarter. A 17-17 tie. Back and forth we go at the Burns Arena. Franks. Top of the key looking for Pavlica. Put the ball on the floor, driving inside, stops at the block, and then lets a short jumper fly. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Johnson trying to go back up with it. And a jump ball. The ball got tied up by Johnson and Marshall Hollins. And Johnson, as she tried to rip the ball away, brought Hollins with her. Dixie State will maintain possession on the alternate possession arrow. And here we go back in play. Loftus off the screen, will jump it straight away and buries it. Another Mountain America three-point shot for the Trailblazers. And the Trailblazers lead it 20-17. 5 points for Maddie Loftus. Here's Hollins for the Grizzlies. Gutierrez. On a 15-second shot clock, angling to the right, into the corner. Beckles. Tried to drive the inline, she lost it. Turnover back to Dixie State. Maggie McCord gonna check in. And she'll give Kesley Stevenson a quick breather. 5:48 remaining, second quarter. Johnson, free throw line to Franks. Franks to Loftus, still has the dribble, will use it. Puts it on the floor, dribbling left, now to Johnson. Three-point land straight away, back to Loftus, 10 to shoot. Here's McCord, dribbling left, free throw line, looking inside Johnson, what a find, and Johnson will lay it up and in with the right hand. The freshman, Maggie McCord, with the shot clock expiring, made a heady play to find Johnson inside, who lays it in. 22-17, Dixie State a 5-point advantage. 5:10 to go until the break. Here's McKenzie inside, and she's fouled by Michaela Johnson. And they just signaled white 32. It'll be Michaela Johnson picking up the foul. And that will send McKenzie to the line for a pair of free throws. Free throw up and in. First free throws of the game for Adams State. McKenzie gets the first, 22-18, Dixie State lead. Allie McKenzie, a 66% free throw shooter. Coming into tonight's contest, and the second one falls short off the front iron and rolls off the right side. Michaela Johnson, the rebound for the Trailblazers. Johnson has played 3 minutes now. Got a pair of rebounds and a big bucket down low as well. Good minutes for Michaela Johnson off the bench. Pavlica driving left. Top of the key to Franks. Franks kicking into the left corner. Pavlica catch and shoot three on the way. No. Allie Franks offensive rebound. Puts the ball on the floor and she's fouled. Wait a minute. Yes, she is fouled. They're going to wave off the shot that she put up, and the foul will go against Laura Gutierrez. Her second, 13th foul against Adams State here in the second quarter, and that will bring us to the second quarter media timeout. 4:35 remaining in quarter number 2. It's Dixie State 22, Adams State 18. We take a 1-minute timeout and come back to the Burns Arena on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
A lot can happen when your sidekick is a dog.
Kicker! I got this.
That's why I use Zelle in the Mountain America app. It makes sending and receiving money fast and easy. So Kicker and I can keep the adventure going.
Zelle is now in the Mountain America mobile app. Quickly send and receive money from almost anyone with a bank account in the U.S.
Kicker, my sleeping bag.
I've got this.
All with the convenience and security of the Mountain America app.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
22-18, Dixie State. A 4-point advantage, 4:33 to go until halftime. Quick stat check here in the second quarter. Dixie State is 40% for the field. Meanwhile, Adams State 40% as well. Dixie State still being out-rebounded 13-12. The Trailblazers 9 points off of Adams State. Turnovers, and Michaela Johnson out of the timeout. Catches, one dribble into the paint and floats and scores with the right hand. Game high lead of 6 for the Trailblazers at 24-18. Johnson a tip, and it goes off of Adams State and out of bounds. Michaela Johnson active on both ends of the floor. And really getting it done right now for Dixie State. 4:13 remaining until halftime. Trailblazers trying to extend the lead here. Pavlica to the right side of Franks. A pump fake. Will drive inside, one dribble inside the arc, fire a jumper, and it rims around and falls out. Adams State the rebound. Here's the Grizzlies looking inside to McKenzie. McKenzie, turnaround jumper, too strong. London Pavlica the rebound for the Trailblazers. Here's Loftus, right wing three on the way, and it is through. Dixie State a 9-point lead, 27-18. Maddie Loftus, her second Mountain America three-point shot of the night. 3:35 to go on Think Pink night, Cancer Awareness night, inside the Burns Arena. McKenzie to answer, right wing three on the way. It rims out. Maggie McCord grabs the rebound for the Trailblazers. Her pass is tipped, but she chases it back down and finds Pavlica. She'll walk it across the timeline, left side of the floor. 3:15 to go until halftime. Pavlica, jump step into the lane, will float it, score it off the backboard. 29-18, Dixie State. An 11-point lead. This game was tied at 17-17. About a 12-1 run for the Trailblazers. And a tip and a steal for the Trailblazers on the other end. Allie Franks hands off to Pavlica. Pavlica D-Logo straight away to Franks. Thought about a three, decides against it. She'll give to Loftus. Maddie says, I'll take it. And it is short off the front iron. And the Grizzlies grab the rebound. McKenzie pulls down the board. Hand off to Beckles. Beckles, left to right dribble, swings it back to Shell, back into the game for the Grizzlies. Here's Dimps. Dimps back to Shell, driving inside, splits two defenders, and it's rejected as she goes to the bucket on the left side. Michaela Johnson the block. Adams State will maintain the possession. And now Johnson will get a breather as Stevens will check back in, as well as Kesley Stevenson. Michaela Johnson in 5 minutes of play, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and a block. 3-point shot left corner is an air ball for Adams State, but an offensive rebound is tracked down. They didn't see the shot clock though, and they're gonna fire a three left wing and miss it. Shot clock violation. First shot never drew iron. And they just barely get another one off from the left wing, and it air balls. And it's a shot clock violation. 1:55 to go until halftime. Trailblazers an 11-point lead. Franks has it stripped out of her hands on the way to the bucket inside the paint. Here come the Grizzlies. A pass inside, a layup too strong from Jimenez. A great look inside from Beckles, but Jimenez couldn't get it to go. 1:35 remaining. Here's Stevens. Will step into a three straight away. No, long rebound Stevenson. Jumper in the paint is too short. And the rebound for Jimenez with 1:27 to go until the break. And a 29-18 Dixie State lead. Trailblazers try to keep pace. Try to stay in that 8 spot in the RMAC standings. Here's Dimps to Ewing. A jumper from the right side. It falls into the hands of Stevens, but she can't handle it, and she loses it out of bounds. (29-18) Dixie State. With an 11-point lead. Here's Ewing. Will catch and score it off the window. 29-20, Dixie State a 9-point advantage. We are under 1 minute until the halftime break. And Dixie State get this lead back up above double digits. Stevenson, hand off to McCord. McCord at the right elbow, whips a pass inside of Stevens, and she lays it up and in. What a look from Maggie McCord. We'll call that our leading candidate for our Catering Concepts play of the game. What a pass from McCord inside, and Dixie State scores it. They lead it by 11, 31-20. With 18 seconds to go, here's Ewing, a nifty pass of her own to McKenzie, and McKenzie will score for Adams State. 31-22, Dixie State a 9-point lead. And here come the Trailblazers with 8 seconds to go until halftime. Franks, left elbow with 5, knocked out of her hands, regains with 3, and with 2, and with 1, not gonna get a shot off. That'll take us to the halftime break. 31-22, Dixie State will take a 9-point advantage into the locker room. And we keep it right here. Go right into our Seven Oaks Jewelers halftime report. The Trailblazers a 9-point advantage. It was back and forth, and early on Adams State came out, built a small lead, hung around. This game was tied at 17-17. And then Dixie State able to get it up to double digits a couple of different times. They lead at 31-22 at the halftime break. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first half highlights on the TV and internet side. For you radio listeners, we'll describe them to you. Chesney Stevens started things off tonight, got a left-handed layup, and that would be Dixie State's first basket. And then it was time for the Kesley Stevenson show. She scored the next 11 points for Dixie State, including 2 Mountain America 3-pointers. You saw the first one, there's the second one. 11 points for Kesley Stevenson. In fact, I said 2, make it 3. Mountain America 3-pointer for Kesley Stevenson. London Pavlica, the steal at half court, bouncing it inside Maddie Loftus. That was early in the second quarter. Loftus was scoreless in the first quarter, got that layup and then a 3-point shot. there to go and get her to 5 points. Michaela Johnson came in. She had 4 points in the second quarter in 6 minutes of play. And a couple of great buckets inside. A good look for Johnson. Loftus, another Mountain America three-point shot. She's got 8 points for Dixie State. Pavlica got her only bucket of the first half to go. Late in the half, and there you go. Great look inside from Maggie McCord to Chesney Stevens. And that last highlight that you saw right there, their leading candidate for Catering Concepts play of the game. The nifty pass, the fake, and then wrapping it around, getting the pass into Stevens. Laid it up and in for Dixie State. Trailblazers lead it 31-22 at the half. We'll give you some quick numbers as we move things along in our Seven Oaks Jewelers halftime report. Trailblazers in the first half, 42% clip. They shot 33% in the first quarter and then came back with 50% in the second quarter to take a 42% clip into the halftime break at 12 of 28. From three-point land, 5 of 13 for Dixie State, 38%, and just 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Shot 2 free throws in the first quarter. That was Kesley Stevenson. And then no free throws in the second quarter, and just 2 of 2 from the stripe at halftime. For Adams State, it kind of was the tale of two quarters here. Adams State was 50% from the field in the first quarter, 7 of 14, but in the second quarter, cooled off, 3 of 14 from the field, a 21% clip for the Grizzlies in quarter number 2 to take a 35% field goal percentage into the halftime break. 10 of 28 from the field was Adams State overall in the first half. The Grizzlies winning the rebounding battle, 19-16, including 7 of 4 on the offensive glass. They've turned that into 6 second chance points. And although Dixie State is being out-rebounded on the offensive glass and overall, Trailblazers still have one more basket in the second chance points category. Trailblazers 8-6 advantage on second chance points. And how about a 9-2 Dixie State advantage on points off of turnovers? The Trailblazers forced 9 turnovers in the first half and turned those into 9 points after those turnovers. Dixie State 8 assists on 12 made baskets. Adams State 4 assists on 10 made baskets in the first half. Individually, Kesley Stevenson leading all scorers with 11 points, 3 of 6 from the field, including 3 Mountain America three-point shots. 2 rebounds to go with that as well. How about London Pavlica tonight? First half, only 2 points, but 4 rebounds and 5 assists for London Pavlica, filling up the stat sheet in the first half. Chesney Stevens, 6 points, pair of rebounds. Maddie Loftus, 8 points and a 1 rebound. And then from there, 2 points for Pavlica against Michaela Johnson. 6 minutes of play for Michaela Johnson late in the second quarter. And she goes 4 points, 2 rebounds, and a big-time block on the baseline. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Players accept their role and they come in, and she thrives in that role. A few short minutes here and there off the bench. And a great job tonight from Michaela Johnson in quarter number 2. Dixie State 14 points in the paint, 14-10 advantage there. And then bench points 6-4 in favor of Adams State. You're not going to see a lot of points off the bench for Dixie State as of late. Most of their production is coming in the form of their starters, and simply because Trailblazers keep having players go down. Emily Isaacson was hurt early in the season. Adeshka Olsen is hurt right now and not playing. These players that were coming off the bench and contributing throughout the season are no longer playing right now. And that's why you're going to see that points from the bench decreasing for the Trailblazers. That'll do it for our first part of our Seven Oaks Jewelers halftime report. We're going to step away. I'm flying solo tonight. I got a men's game to do tonight as well. So got to take a little break on the voice here. Let's take a 5-minute timeout, our full 5-minute halftime timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look around the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference at the scores, at the standings. It's time to scoreboard watch now. Just 5 regular season games remaining. Dixie State in the 8th spot right now, that 8th and final spot in the RMAC tournament. Take a look around and see what other teams are doing at the teams around Dixie State. MSU Denver, I believe, is playing Black Hill State tonight. Keep an eye on that game. That's the team that Dixie State is tied with in the 8th spot. Now, the Trailblazers do hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over MSU Denver. So if the RMAC tournament were to start today, the Trailblazers would be in that 8th spot playing Colorado Mesa. But they want to try to win some games and move up to 7 or 6 possibly if they can before this regular season is over. So we'll take a full 5-minute timeout, come back, give you some RMAC scores, and get you set for the second half. Dixie State 31, Adams State 22 at the half, back in 5 minutes on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
You know, we've been brainstorming for new ideas on Trailblazer Weekly, and we thought, why don't we try to get some more well-known personalities on the show? And then we thought, who better than Brooks the Bison? He would be a fantastic guest host.
Okay, Brooks, in 5, 4, 3.
Obviously, being a co-host didn't work out the way we planned. So we thought we can throw him in the control room and he can help run the show. But he's got hooves instead of hands, so he couldn't exactly push the buttons or control the dials that he needed to. And as you can imagine, we had a terrible show that week. I mean, nothing was right. We were coming from breaks when we didn't even realize we were live. It just didn't work out.
So we kept thinking about it, and finally, light bulb. He can't mess up being a camera operator, right? Wrong. He couldn't wear the headset, which means he couldn't hear the director. Brooks actually doesn't know right from left, believe it or not. And he spent more time taking selfies and posting to social media than running his camera. I mean, who knew that Brooks the Bison had his own Instagram?
We decided that Brooks was better off in his natural habitat where he belongs.
Trailblazer Weekly, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on CEC TV, Radio Dixie 91.3 FM, and Dixie State Athletics YouTube page.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Radio Dixie 91.3, Young the Giant, something to believe in.
John, what song do you want to hear? Next, Miss Calindris. You'll be on the SWAT team, the SWAT team. It's a fantastic situation. I should talk to you. I was going to talk to you last time.
Today. Good. I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life. Is that you? That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things. I want your job. I want you to have my job.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena on the radio side. Rejoined now on the TV and internet side as well. Dixie State a 31-22 lead at the halftime break, brought to you by Seven Oaks Jewelers. And Trailblazers, we went over all the stats and all the numbers before the break. We saw the highlights, and now we want to look at the RMAC scoreboard and kind of take a look, first of all, at the RMAC standings. And let you know, we can tell you Dixie State is in the 8th spot in the RMAC standings, tied with MSU Denver. But let's take a look one step further and not just look at the standings, but let's take a look at the schedule tonight and who is playing who, games of note. And obviously, Colorado Mesa is still in first, 16-1 overall, and the Trailblazers just really like to just forget about the game against Colorado Mesa last Saturday, a game that they led by 23 points in the first half, and then a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and then let it slip away in the fourth quarter. And a game that you knew Colorado Mesa would come back. I mean, Colorado Mesa is not going to lose by 20 or even double digits, but that was a tough one to swallow for this Dixie State team. There's been a couple of games that the Trailblazers felt like they've had one and they've let them slip away, and you flip-flop those games, and Dixie State's looking at being maybe at number 4 in the conference right now instead of number 8. Right now, you got to take the hand that's dealt you, and the Trailblazers 9-8 overall in Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play. Tie with MSU Denver at 9-8. South Dakota Mines is 1 game ahead at 10-7. Now, South Dakota Mines does hold the head-to-head tiebreak over Dixie State, so keep that in mind should those two teams ever end up tied, as they came in to the Burns Arena and beat Dixie State. Black Hill State and Fort Lewis are both 11-6 overall, and Dixie State does hold the head-to-head tiebreak over Black Hill State, but not Fort Lewis, right? And Dixie State will have to play Fort Lewis again tomorrow night, so we'll see what goes on there. Let's take a look at our schedule tonight. Colorado School of Mines is at New Mexico Highlands. Regis is at Western Colorado. Chadron State at South Dakota Mines in Rapid City. We'll take a look at those stats here in just a moment. We'll give you that score just because that's of note. Colorado Christian is at Colorado Mesa. UCCS at CSU Pueblo. And MSU Denver is at Black Hill State. We'll take a look. We'll give you those two scores inside the Seven Oaks Jewelers halftime report. Can't tell you right now. Black Hill State a 26-25 lead over MSU Denver at the half. Up the road in Rapid City, South Dakota Mines rolling 42-14 over Chadron State. And let's take a look at what Fort Lewis is doing up in Westminster, up in Salt Lake City. We'll give you some numbers there as well. At the half, it's 42-33, a 9-point lead for Westminster at the half. And those are the teams that are kind of right around Dixie State on that bubble, trying to get into the RMAC tournament as well. So if you're Dixie State, you're looking at Fort Lewis possibly losing tonight, and then you have Fort Lewis here tomorrow night, and if you can get them back and win tonight, win tomorrow, you'd be tied in the RMAC standings with Fort Lewis, and you're looking at being able to chip away, try to move up, get up to 7, get up to 6. But you got to take it one game at a time, and that is where we are at the moment. Back in play, here we go. That'll do it for our Seven Oaks Jewelers halftime report. Let's play some basketball. Both teams go back to the original starters for Dixie State. That is Pavlica, Stevenson, Loftus, Franks, and Stevens. For the Grizzlies, that is Gutierrez, Hollins, Dimps, Shell, and McKenzie. Adams State will have possession out of the timeout. Let's play basketball. Grizzlies moving right to left across your radio dial here in half number 2. Dixie State will moving left to right. As I see it, you hear it. Here's Dimps, trapped in the right corner. Passes back to the right wing, and Hollins. Hollins, a couple of dribbles to the left. Pavlica falls over, so Hollins fires a jumper, leaves it short. Stevens the rebound for Dixie State. Will lob it ahead for Pavlica to run onto it. Pavlica into the paint, kicks it back out. Stevens for 3 straight away, and it rimmed out. 31-22, Dixie State a 9-point lead. And 9:23 remaining, third quarter. Less than a minute gone by here in quarter number 3. Here's McKenzie. Backing in on Stevens, mid-post left side. Will bounce at a great look to a cutting Dimps, who catches and scores from the right side. 9:03 remaining in quarter number 3, and it's a 31-24 Dixie State lead of 7 points. Pavlica angling to the right, spinning back left, now to Franks. Franks backdoor look for Pavlica, a give and go, and Pavlica scores it. What a play. A new leading candidate for our Catering Concepts play of the game, as Pavlica left it with Franks and then cut to the basket, and Allie found her inside. She laid it up and in. Beautifully executed. 33-24. Dixie State by 9. Here's McKenzie leaning in on Stevens, and she'll get it to go. 33-26. Dixie State the lead. 8:22 remaining. Pavlica angling left. Gives to Loftus. Puts the ball on the floor, jump step, kicks to Stevenson, catch and shoot 3, left corner, and it's in. She rattles it home, her 4th Mountain America 3-pointer of the night. And Kesley Stevenson just on another level tonight. A game high 14 points for the junior out of Willard, Utah. Trailblazers by double digits again, 36-26, 7:53 to go. Stevens will tap that one away out of bounds as Hollins was looking for McKenzie inside. Adams State will maintain the possession. 7:51 on the game clock here in quarter number 3, and a 17-second shot clock. And a pass inside, a breakdown in defense for Dixie State as Cassie Schell was left wide open underneath the basket. She'll catch and score easily. 36-28, Dixie State an 8-point lead. 7:38 remaining. Here's Pavlica to Loftus. Loftus to Ali Franks. 3-point land straight away behind the back dribble. Back to Maddie Loftus. Dribbles to the right elbow. Fires a jumper. Missed it. Too strong. It went off the backboard. And a long rebound chased down by Marshall Hollins. $7:05 to go. Dixie State an 8-point lead here in quarter number 3. It'll be Hollins setting it up for the Grizzlies. Looking left, finding Dimps. Dimps drives inside, ran over Chesney Stevens, and an offensive foul. Stevens ended up way below the basket, but took the contact outside of the restricted area, and an offensive foul will go against Peyton Dimps. 36-28, Dixie State by 8. And this, the second to last regular season home game for the Trailblazers. Kick to the left corner, Franks fires a 3, left corner, she'll bury it. Another Mountain America 3-point shot for Dixie State, 39-28, back up on top by 11. Senior night tomorrow for the Trailblazers, as 4 seniors to be honored. As the Grizzlies set up the offense, looking inside, a tap and a steal. Franks with it will find Pavlica. It'll be Franks, Stevens, Deshka Olsen, and Maddie Loftus to be honored tomorrow night on senior night. And Loftus right on cue will fire a 3 from the right wing, and it's in and out. 39-28, Dixie State an 11-point lead. Largest lead tonight is 11. For Dixie State. They've not been able to get past that mark. 5:50 to go here in quarter number 3. Here's Schell. To Hollins, 5 to shoot. She's 30 feet from the bucket. Got to move. Driving to the right elbow. Fires a jumper. Missed it off the backboard. Dixie State the rebound. 39-28. Pavlica. To Stevens, pump fake, gets her defender off the ground, and she lays it up and in on the left side. Chesney Stevens has 8. And Dixie State a new game high lead of 13, 41-28, 5:14 to go. Adams State the other way. A runner from Peyton Dimps in the lane, no. Stevens the rebound. And London Pavlica hits the deck. Now she's up and on her feet. Barb Russell, Dixie State trainer, coming onto the floor, making sure she's okay. Maggie McCord will check in for Pavlica. Didn't catch exactly what happened. Just turn in time to see, as we'll take another look at it here. Oh, we got a little friendly fire. As we see it on the replay, it was Chesney Stevens had got the rebound and was pulling it away from Adams State and got Pavlica across the face. Hope she's okay. Stevenson, a runner in the lane, is short. And Ewing the rebound for Adams State. 4:50 to go here in quarter number 3. 13-point Dixie State lead, 41-28. Here's Hollins, angling left, looking inside to Doris. Doris will catch and score. A good battle going on inside as the two post players, Doris and Stevens, go at it. Doris wins that round. 41-30. Trailblazers by 11. They'll give Frank some space, and she buries a Mountain America three-pointer. 44-30, Dixie State knocks it in. 6 points for Franks. And a 44-30 lead for the Trailblazers. Here's Beckles driving inside. Good defense by Stevenson. Will force it back outside. Top of the key, Gutierrez fires a three. Misses off the right side into the hands of Stevens. Stevens to Loftus. Loftus to Stevens. She'll try a three straight away off the right side. She's had a couple of good looks. Hasn't been able to get one to go. And here comes Adams State. 44-30. Great crowd inside the Burns Arena tonight on Think Pink Night. Cancer awareness. We had our Stand Up to Cancer softball doubleheader on Monday. A great turnout there. And now Think Pink Night inside the Burns here on Friday. Doris spinning, floating with the right hand. Too strong. Into the hands of Kesley Stevenson. Here's Loftus. We'll run it up the floor. We'll swing it to McCord, left wing. Maggie driving into the paint. We'll leave it with Franks. Franks kicking left corner. Stevenson for three on the way. Missed it off the left side. And the rebound to Gutierrez and the Grizzlies. And they want to push it. Gutierrez will leave with Beckles for three right wing. It rattles in and out. And Stevens the rebound for Dixie State. Loftus will step into a three. Missed it off the left side. And Ewing the rebound. Got a lid on both baskets right now. Both teams scoreless over the last couple of minutes. And it's 44-30. Dixie State a 14-point lead, 2:30 to go here in the third. Here's Doris. Has it knocked out of her hands, but it goes right to Ewing, who will catch and score in the paint. 44-32, Ewing with 8 points for the Grizzlies. And it's a 12-point Dixie State lead with 2:15 to go. Here's Franks. Finding Stevens inside, and she'll lay it up and in. Great play as Allie Franks started on the right wing, drove inside, and drew the defender off of Stevens, and then hit Stevens with a great pass, and she lays it up and in. Chesney Stevens with 10 points. And Maddie Loftus' steal. Trailblazers lead it by 14. Can they add to it here? And a whistle, an offensive foul as McCord ran over Gutierrez, or ran over Beckles, excuse me. 1:45 remaining. And that'll bring us to the media timeout. Almost 4 full minutes past the media timeout. Dixie State 46, Adams State 32. A 1-minute timeout. Back to the Burns on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. 1:45 remaining. Dixie State a 46-32 advantage inside the Burns. And Dixie State trying to get to win number 15 tonight. Last year, 15 was the magic number, the win total for the Trailblazers. And, they got better each year under the leadership of head coach J.D. Gustin. And right now at 14 wins, trying to get to 15 and, like to get up close to 20 this year. Right wing three on the way out of the timeout for Dimps. Too strong. Michaela Johnson, the rebound for the Grizzlies. Greenwood to the right side and Stevenson. Stevenson to McCord. McCord, free throw line, leaving with Ashley Greenwood, who checked in during the timeout. Greenwood skipped past to Moyai, also checked in during the timeout. Now here's McCord. McCord to Greenwood. Left wing, 9 to shoot. Greenwood into the paint and will score it with the left hand. 48-32, Dixie State by 16. A game-high lead. 1 minute to go here in the third. Gutierrez will bounce it to Ewing. Ewing, right elbow jumper on the way in. First Adams State player into double figures. She's got 10. And a 48-34 Dixie State lead. Time ticking away in quarter number 3. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 23. Moyai will drive inside. Relieves it for Michaela Johnson. And Johnson loses it underneath the basket. There was some contact, and Johnson fell, but no whistle. And here come the Grizzlies the other way. Doris will give to Dimps. Top of the key to Beckles. Here's Beckles. Over to Ewing. 12 on the shot clock. 2-second differential between game and shot right now. Lobbing inside to Doris. To the right side. And a travel. With 5.7 seconds remaining, Dimps traveled. And now Dixie State will get a chance. We'll have to go 3/4 for the length of the floor here. Inbound to McCord with 4. McCord with 3. Loses with 2 and is knocked out of bounds. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers did not get a shot off, and that will do it for quarter number 3. Let's do this. Let's on the radio side, as Dixie State leads 48-34. For you radio side, let's step away for a 60-second timeout and then come back. Let's keep it here on the TV side for our player of the game and play of the game. 60-second timeout and back on radio. We're going to keep it right here on TV. Here on the TV side, we keep it right here. And let's go with our Catering Concepts play of the game. We got a lot of good ones for you tonight. But one of the best ones tonight right here, Maggie McCord whipping it inside to Chesney Stevens. Laid it up and in, and then Allie Franks, a backdoor cut to London Pavlica. And the Trailblazers really sharing the ball tonight. 13 assists through the first 3 quarters of the game. How about a quick look ahead at our SkyWest Airlines player of the game? And right now that would be Kesley Stevenson. 14 points for Stevenson on a 4 of 9 shooting, 4 3-point shots, 3 rebounds in 26 minutes of play. On a night where Stevens really needed to have a night like this, to be able to feel some shots go through, she's going to be critical to Dixie State making a run the rest of the way over the last few minutes, or the last few regular season games. Welcome our radio audience back in. Dixie State leading 48-34, just underway in the fourth quarter. Trailblazers with possession out of the timeout. Greenwood to the right side. Will split 2 defenders and left the layup short. Ball's loose on the floor. Greenwood going to dive on it. They'll tie it up, and the arrow pointing back to Adams State. .9:43 to go, fourth quarter for you radio listeners. Just coming back after the break. We've named Kesley Stevenson our SkyWest Airlines player of the game. And a couple of backdoor cut passes inside where our Catering Concepts plays of the game. Doris inside, shot blocked by Johnson, her second of the night. Out of bounds, back to Adams State. 48-34, Trailblazers by 14, 9:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Johnson just said, not here, not now. 15 seconds to shoot for the Grizzlies. Here's Beckles inside, and she'll get a runner to go. 48-36. Trailblazers by 12 with 9:19 to go. McCord will leave it with Greenwood. Greenwood to the left side, and Maddie Loftus. Loftus has it knocked out of her hands, but it goes into the hands of Maggie McCord. Trailblazers maintain the possession. Greenwood is fouled on her way inside, and that foul will go against Dimps, her second. First team foul against Adams State here in the fourth quarter. Greenwood will lob into Johnson, knocked out of her hands on the right block. They'll swing it back around. Here's Loftus. Loftus to Moiai. Moiai to Greenwood. Greenwood driving inside. Fadeaway jumper, no. Couldn't get it to go. Adams State the rebound. Pass ahead, here's Dimps, and she'll get it to go in transition. 10-point game, 48-38. Loftus to McCord. Right wing three on the way, and it's short. And the Grizzlies with the rebound. This game far from over. And a 10-point Dixie State lead. Adams State the other way. A layup rims out from Beckles. And here comes Dixie State the other way, and a foul on the way back up the floor. And it will go against Danielle Jimenez. And a timeout taken by Adams State, and that's going to be a 30-second called, but they're going to go to the media. 8:15 to go. Dixie State leading 48-38, a 1-minute timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
8:15 to go. Dixie State a 48-38 advantage, 10-point lead. It was as high as 16 points, but Adams State has chipped away and chipped away. We welcome you back inside the Burns Arena, our TV and radio audience, including our friends on the radio back in Alamosa, Colorado. An extended audience tonight. Happy to share a feed of our broadcast tonight with our good friends in Alamosa. 8:07 to go. Dixie State with possession out of the timeout, and a whistle will ring out, and it will go a foul against Peyton Dimps. Of course, think pink night here inside the Burns Arena. A lot of pink shirts. I'm wearing a pink shirt. Referees have pink whistles. Maddie Loftus catch and shoot off the inbounds pass will splash home a Mountain America three-pointer from the right corner, and it's a 51-38 Dixie State lead. 7:55 remaining here in quarter number 4. Adams State to answer the other way. A three-point shot up and in for Jimenez. And it's 51-41 again. Dixie State will set up the offense. Stevens to Franks. Will bounce it right wing to Pavlica. That is Stevens. Left side back to Franks. He'll jump a three left wing, too strong. London Pavlica, the offensive rebound. Whipping it back out. Loftus will try a three. Missed it short. And the rebound to Ewing and the Grizzlies. The Dixie State going to get a steal the other way. Stevenson, the steal, the scoop, couldn't score on the other end. And a foul in pursuit of the rebound will go against Ewing. And Dixie State will maintain the possession. 51-41, Dixie State by 10. Stevenson, catch and shoot. One dribble in the left corner, fires a deep two, and it's short. And here come the Grizzlies. 3, right wing on the way is short. Allie Franks will snare the rebound. Franks with 6 points tonight, 4 rebounds to go with that. Loftus to Franks, thought about a 3, decided against it. Instead, we'll leave with Pavlica. Pavlica backs it out, 3-point land straight away. Now to Loftus. Now to Franks, 13 to shoot. Franks to the left corner, Pavlica. London trying to go pick and roll with Franks. Nothing doing there. Instead to Loftus. Jump step into the paint. Got to get out of the paint, a strip and a steal for the Grizzlies. Here comes Ewing. Ewing, her pass is tipped by Franks and out of bounds at the 6:19 mark of the fourth quarter. And a 51-41 Dixie State lead. And largest lead was 48-32 late in the third quarter. 16-point advantage for the Trailblazers. (51-41). Trailblazers by 10. Grizzlies back in play here, and a steal by Allie Franks. Here come the Trailblazers. Franks, skip past right wing Stevenson. 3 on the way, left it short. Started hot, has cooled off a little bit. Here in the second half, she's got 14 points, still to lead all scorers. And the Grizzlies the other way. Jimenez was trapped on the left side in a timeout taken by Adams State, a 30-second timeout. 5:42 remaining. 51-41. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, but they're trying to determine, do we have a media? We do. Media timeout in the fourth quarter. 5:42 to go. Dixie State a 51-41 lead. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Trailblazers a 51-41 lead. 5:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. And hard to believe that you got tonight, tomorrow night, and the regular season home schedule is over. It's a very early senior night this season. It'll be tomorrow night. Last year, we went right up to the last day of February, February 28th. This season, February 15th will be senior night. Back in play we go here. Grizzlies with possession. Gutierrez to the right side, and a shot clock violation as Dimps held it in the right corner and did not realize the shot clock was winding down. Trailblazers will force the turnover out of the timeout. And they look to try to add to this 10-point lead. 51-41, 5:15 to go. Franks holding, 3-point land straight away over to Pavlica left side. Pavlica puts the ball on the floor, stops in the paint, kicks to Loftus. 3 on the way, too short. And the rebound to Ewing. .458 remaining. Dixie State a 10-point lead, 51-41. To the left side. And Jimenez. Jimenez to the left side, and Dimps, and a whistle rings out. A foul against Maddie Loftus. Jimenez with the inbounds pass. They give to Doris. Doris back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez throws it at the feet of Dimps, but she's able to handle it. 12 seconds to shoot for the Grizzlies. Left side, Gutierrez. Now to Doris. Doris with 5 to shoot. Left open. Fires a free throw line jumper. She banked it in. And it's a 51-43 Dixie State lead. 4:08 remaining fourth quarter. Stevens will bounce to Loftus. Left elbow. To Pavlica looking inside. Stevens working on Doris. Gets inside and she's tripped on her way to the bucket. The foul will go against Doris, her third. Fourth team foul against Adams State. No, fifth. It is team foul number 5. And free throws coming for Chesney Stevens. Stevens tonight, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field. Free throw is up and in, 52-43. Dixie State the lead. Fort Lewis still trailing Westminster, 51-43 late in the third quarter. Stevens, second free throw, rattles it home. MSU Denver, meanwhile, is now leading Black Hill State 38-29 late in the third quarter in Spearfish. 3:45 to go. Dixie State a 53-43, 10-point lead. And Gutierrez will set up the offense for the Grizzlies. Here's Hollins to Ewing. Will fire a 3 straight away. Too strong off the back iron. And it crawls over the back of the backboard and out of bounds. Once it goes up and over, out of bounds. Trailblazers with the possession, 3:30 to go until this one is in the books. Loftus to Stevenson. Stevenson to Stevens, baseline left jumper is up and in. 55-43. Dixie State by 12, and it's 14 points for Chesney Stevens. $55-43. Grizzlies with it. 12-second shot clock. Left side, Ewing. Ewing gets a screen from Doris. Dribbles to the right elbow. Fires a jumper. No. An offensive rebound to the Grizzlies, but tipped and taken away by London Pavlica. 2:35 remaining, fourth quarter. Trailblazers by 12. Franks, left elbow. Kicks to the right corner. Stevens for 3. No, too strong. Franks trying to keep the ball alive. Will bounce it. Try to tip it, keep it alive. It goes out of bounds. Right to our athletics photographer, Stan Plume. And he just knocked that ball right back. He was ready. He was shot ready. He saw that one coming. He knocked it back out onto the court. Grizzlies with possession. 2:15 to go. Time winding down here in this women's game. A 3 on the way from Gutierrez, and she splashes it home. And it's a 9-point game again all of a sudden. 55-46. 2:03 to go. Adams State will not go away. Franks to the left side and Loftus, and she does the wise thing. She was wide open. Did not take the 3, though. You remember, time and possession. And we got a 9-point lead. No need to rush things. Shot clock down to 10. Franks to Stevenson. Back to Franks. 8 to shoot. Still time here. We'll bounce to the left elbow and Pavlica. 4 to shoot. Stevenson with 2, with 1. Will fire up a shot, and it's short. Air ball. Shot clock violation. 1:33 to go. Dixie State a 9-point lead at 55-46. Grizzlies the other way. 3-pointer straight away from Beckles. It rims out. And Dixie State the rebound. 1:15 remaining. Pavlica is bumped from behind. And free throws coming for London. Foul goes against Hollins. On the way back up the floor, London Pavlica back to the free throw line. Tonight, Pavlica 4 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. First free throw off the left side. Well, by the end of the game, we may have to split our SkyWest Airlines player of the game. We got to go with Stevens and Stevenson. Second free throw off the left side for Pavlica as well. 55-46, Dixie State holding a 9-point lead with a 1:04 remaining. Doris passing it inside to Hollins, and she's fouled on her way to the basket. And free throws coming for Marshall Hollins. 58.5 seconds remaining, and Dixie State less than a minute away from win number 15 so far this season, but still work to be done as Hollins will make the first free throw, and it's an 8-point game. 55-47. Second free throw on the way and in. And a timeout called. I think both coaches might have been wanting a timeout at the same time. And they gave it to Dixie State. Either that or the coach, Adams State coaches wanting to know, hey, is Dixie State going to advance this thing? Going to be a full timeout. 58.5 seconds to go. Dixie State a 55-48 lead. Let's do this. Let's take just a quick 30-second timeout and come back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Back in play inside the Burns Arena. Pass goes to Maddie Loftus, and she's fouled immediately. And Loftus is about the last person you want at the free throw line. But they couldn't wait for any more time to go past. Loftus is 93% from the free throw line this season, 57 of 61. First free throws tonight. First one up, and she leaves it short. I jinxed her. Curse of the commentator. I think the rule is never, ever, ever mention someone's free throw percentage if they're up over 90%, especially if you're playing it off like they're automatic. She missed both, and Adams State has the rebound. Very unlikely to see one missed free throw, but she missed both. It's a 7-point game here, folks, with 48 ticks remaining. Grizzlies will fire a three, missed everything. Pavlica the rebound, and she's fouled. 43 seconds remaining. And Pavlica to the free throw line. Bends the knees, lets the first one fly. It rims around and falls off the basket. We'll have one more. Dixie State has missed its last 5 free throw attempts. Make that 6. She missed that one, but Chesney Stevens able to chase down the offensive rebound, and now Allie Franks is fouled. So in that stretch, Pavlica went 0 for 4. Loftus missed a pair of free throws. And now Allie Franks is at the free throw line. First one up, and she missed it. 7 consecutive misses from the free throw line. And Franks will have one more to try to snap this skid from the free throw line. Second one up and no good. A rebound to Adams State and a timeout for Adams State. And Dixie State has missed 8 consecutive free throws. They lead it by 7. 38.8 seconds remaining. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 55-48, Dixie State. 7-point lead. Let's take it. 30-second timeout and back. The Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I got you right where I want you. If I make this one, it's over. I win.
No pressure. Bring it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the 2nd floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
.8 seconds remaining. Dixie State a 55-48 lead. Welcome back inside the Burns. Adams State to trigger at half court. Here's Hollins. Hollins will drive inside, kicking it to the corner. Beckles finds Ewing. She lost it off her hands. It's loose. Ball is on the floor, picked up by Beckles. Over to Gutierrez. She loses it. We'll give the Hollins left corner 3. Good. And Adams State wants a timeout. A broken play, a broken possession. And after all of that, Adams State will get a 3-point shot out of the deal. Question is, was Gutierrez all the way behind the line? Oh, no, it was Hollins from the left corner. She was. Knocks it in. 55-51 and a 4-point game. 21.3 seconds remaining. Adams State now out of timeouts. We keep it right here through the timeout. Remind you that they're brought to you by Dairy Queen. Tonight and all season long. Stat check, Dixie State 38% from the field. Adams State 40% from the field. So Dixie State a lower shooting percentage from the field. And when that happens, Dixie State is just 4-8 so far this season. And only 9-42 during the Coach Gustin era. It's a 4-point Dixie State lead with 21 seconds to go. So Trailblazers trying to get win number 5 on the season when shooting worse than their opponent. Trying to get win number 15 overall. Would match their win total from last season. For Dixie State, Kesley Stevenson with 14 points. Chesney Stevens with 14 points. For Adams State, Ewing has 10, Hollins with 9, Dimps with 8, McKenzie with 8. 5 points for Gutierrez. And you're looking at Dixie State, who was 4 of 12 from the free throw line. And not 4 minutes of game time ago, they were 4 for 4 from the free throw line. They missed 8 consecutive free throws, and Adams State been able to take advantage and chip away and chip away. So here we go. Kesley Stevenson to inbound, far side, will give to Loftus, and she's fouled. Loftus still over 90% from the free throw line on the season. Try to get this up to a 6-point lead, which technically would still be 2-possession game. 20 seconds even to go. Loftus, the free throw is in. And that's met with an applause here inside the Burns Arena. The lid's off. Loftus, second free throw, missed it. Allie Frank's offensive rebound, and she's fouled. So Dixie State has been living at the free throw line over the last few minutes of the game. But over their last 10 free throw attempts, they've missed 9. Frank's first free throw. Got it. Rolled around and fell through. 6-point lead, 57-51, and this free throw to make it a 3-possession game. 18.3 seconds remaining. Free throw is good. Rolled around and fell through. 7-point lead, 58-51. In a game that was moving pretty well, and then is going to come to a halt late in this one. Beckles will drive coast to coast. He lays it up high off the window and in. 58-53. It's a 5-point game. Inbound pass to Loftus, and she's fouled. (58-53). And I mentioned just a minute ago, this game is really moving along. We're not even just moved over to 7 o'clock. Local time here in St. George. Free throw miss from Loftus. And the Trailblazers not able to hit free throws down the stretch. Loftus, second one up and in. 59-53, Dixie State with the lead, 6-point lead. Here's Beckles, will fire a three straight away. Missed it. Loftus had the rebound, but it's taken out of her hands, probably just as well, and that'll do it. We're at triple zeros. Dixie State will win it 59-53. Wasn't exactly pretty down the stretch, but the Trailblazers get the job done and will improve to 15-9 overall, get conference win number 10, 10-8 in the RMAC. And the Trailblazers victorious here inside the Burns Arena. And we'll move right into our post-game report. And joining us in the post-game, in fact, you know what? Let's have you put this headset on here, Coach Yazzie. Assistant Coach Nicole Yazzie joining us in the post-game report. And let's jump right to it. Trailblazers win it 59-53. There you go. Now can you hear me? As we get things situated. Get that headset on the right side and get that up there, right there in front of your. Giving us struggles here. There we go. Equipment
Looks like our
malfunction.
free throws.
There we go. Hey, you brought it up. I did.
Yeah, you're right.
You brought it up. I didn't. So now it's fair game.
Yep.
But Assistant Coach Nicole Yazzie joining us in the post-game show. And, you know, Coach, a win is a win. It got a little dicey there toward the end, but a win is a win. You'll take it. You match your win total from last season. You're at 15 wins overall, 10th conference win of the year. And, you know, good to put a two-game losing skid behind you from a couple of tough ones out on the road. I mean, as you looked over this game tonight, kind of what did you see in general? You know, kind of a feisty, pesky effort from Adams State. Just wouldn't quite go away, but a win is a win, and you'll take it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A win is a win, and we're glad to get one at home and get it on a Friday. We had struggled on Fridays, but I thought getting a win is a great thing, and I'm glad that we reached our record last year. We hope to continue to move forward and have a better game on Saturday, and we're super excited. Credit Adams State to just playing all out, playing hard. They had a great percentage this game, and I'm super proud that we were able to get a win. That's a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, and aside from the free throw shooting, you know, there was 50% from the field in the second quarter, 50% from the field in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, a little drop off there. And so we won't mention the shooting percentage in the fourth quarter, but it felt like Kesley Stevenson came out tonight and was really in a rhythm. She struggled a little bit later in the game, but in a rhythm to get things going early. She had a great game. And Chesney Stevens came in and 14 points, 8 rebounds. She had a great game. Maddie Loftus, 13 points. You're not going to see her miss many free throws like she did down the stretch. There was just some weird stuff going on down the stretch there. But it felt like individually, a few of those experienced players that you want to see step up, tonight did so.
Right.
And were leaders tonight and helped win this ball game.
Kesley had a great job offensively. I have to give big ups to Allie Franks defensively. I know her numbers doesn't show offensively with getting her groove, but defensively, she was there in the right spots, talking her butt off, thinking about the defensive end, very locked in. Same as Maggie McCord, and obviously Kesley is one of the best defenders in our league, and she did her job defensively. But just thought a couple of others could have stepped up in a different way, but defensively. But I'm proud of those three. Maggie coming off the bench, getting some good minutes, and stepping up and following game plan.
Yeah, Maggie playing 13 minutes tonight. That was great for her. How about Michaela Johnson coming playing 10
absolutely.
minutes? And, she doesn't play for super long stretches at a time, but she came in and was super effective. In that first 6-minute stretch that she played, and she went 4 points, 3 rebounds, a pair of blocks, and she seems like in those spurts that she comes in, and she does bring an energy. She brings a little spark off the bench, and tonight she was that in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, Carrot, because she is definitely one of those players that came off the bench and was engaged and focused and had some pace and purpose tonight, which that's Michaela, that when she plays like that, that's how she should come in every game, and she's working to end these, next end of conference games just like that, and we hope we can continue that. But yeah, she had some energy today, and she looked like focused and engaged tonight, and I'm super proud of her because she looked a lot like, moving her body today.
She had a swagger tonight when she came in. I mean, she came in and drew a charge immediately.
Absolutely.
And then scored 2 quick buckets and had those rebounds and the blocks, and you just love to see that spark off the bench. Aside from the game that was played tonight, it's Think Pink night inside the Burns Arena. We're all wearing pink. These are awesome pink shirts that you made for the team and for us staff to have tonight, so appreciate that. Just talk about what that means to the team to be able to have that Think Pink game each and every year.
Yeah, it's a great point because this weekend is really heavy, and meaning like Think Pink, we have a couple of people that are close on our team that was affected by this disease, and it really it means a lot to me because one of my Hall of Famer coach, Rand Rasmussen, passed away this last year with it, and so there's a lot of people that are playing for someone tonight, and to see all these people come with Think Pink and wearing that, it's a heavy weekend even tomorrow. So I have to give a little bit to our girls about this weekend. Not only it's our last home games, but it's also like a heavy weekend with Think Pink awareness. That's a big big thing with the disease, and then also senior night tomorrow, and we hope to come out tomorrow and do it for our seniors.
Man, senior night. Gonna be a tough one tomorrow. You get tomorrow night, four spectacular seniors that we're honoring tomorrow, but especially the first. I mean, obviously not the first 4-year senior in this program in the D2 era, but there's been plenty of those and a lot of great ones. But the first 4-year senior that has been all 4 years with yourself and with Coach Gustin and Allie Franks, and it's gonna be kind of weird, kind of difficult to see Allie play her final, regular season home game here on the Burns tomorrow.
It's so hard because I know JD has a hard time with it, and he tries to, tries
He's
to
got
go
to be the tough guy,
he has
right?
to be the tough guy, but I know this is a big deal. When I played for him, it was everything to him. Coach Judkins coming over with some tape.
Does that mean we're supposed to stop?
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Coach Judkins probably should put the tape on my mouth. I never stopped talking, but
gotta love him.
Yeah, no, always the joker. But I mean, it's just going to be incredible, And I've only been here full time about 1 year longer than Allie has been here, and so I look at that and say, man, I can't believe it's been 4 years already. But in some ways, it's like, man, has it only been 4 years since she's been here? And just 1,000-point club, #2 on the scoring list, and has done so much for this program to help build this foundation for what it is.
Right.
And there's not many basketball players that are going to go through some of the adversities that she's been through as well, with different teammates coming in and out and different,
conferences
and conferences and different travel, and then finally being able to get up to this last 2 seasons and win, and it's been fantastic. And
that's
what
why
a story
it's going to be
pretty
hard because that kid is in the gym every day, like on this court every day at 10:30 to 11, like almost noon till the men come on to practice. So that's what's really hard, is because she puts her sweat and tears and she works on her game every day and her shooting, and I'm super excited for her. And then also all the others, Deshka's not able to play, but I know I just have to go back to Black Hill State for her,
Oh, my
and where
goodness.
she, you know, I think
Well,
4
you know,
for
and-
4,
and
5 for 5 from the 3, and
Colorado School of Mines, too.
Colorado, yep,
Same thing.
Yep. And so
I mean, those are two games that we don't win without Dash Golson.
exactly.
This
So and I reminded her a couple,
Yeah.
you know, yesterday about that. But to honor her too, she had a struggle with, same as Allie, with adversity and
Well,
injuries.
yeah, if you want to talk about someone that has made everyone better around her, it's been her. She's had adversity from about the time
Right.
in the way of injury, from about
Yeah.
the time she stepped in this Burns Arena. And
Yeah.
tough for her, but great to honor her.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got Maddie Loftus, who's just been fantastic these last 2 seasons.
Right. And she kind of like struggled like emotionally like last year, and for her to go through all those and, you know, have a mental focus this year, and I'm just so proud of her because I would go back to with Maddie about Chadron where she got 30 points, and without her in that game we don't have a chance
and
either.
that would have been a tough loss to take on the road.
Right,
in
and she was
Chadron.
feeling it. I mean, she went 2 for 2 from at the end of the game. We called 2
Those
plays.
threes were-
Yeah, right. And I'm proud for how she's
Yes.
come, and then she's feeling a little weird. And I know we all didn't. The ball didn't go in. There was a lid in
It
the
was something
fourth
weird
quarter
here,
or something
tonight, but it's
Right.
all good.
And then Chesney
Chesney.
comes in as a 1 year, and one
Yeah.
of our, you know, what an awesome kid that just bought into everything. Really gave us everything she had, coming in as a big and just going all in and starting and keeping that starting spot, working hard every single day, and just being coachable. She's had some great defensive games for us that without Chesney in all these games, our success wouldn't happen without her for sure. So what an incredible for seniors, because this is a really special one for us, and that's what I mean. This weekend is just heavy. I mean, Think Pink, who put Think Pink and then
and senior night, like,
right?
well, and it's early
and
too.
Then our
I mean,
last games.
last year we didn't have senior night till the last day of the month.
Right.
They're almost into March,
Yeah.
and now we got senior night already.
Right.
But well, let's win the game tomorrow then, and take some of that heaviness off the weekend, and you know, Fort Lewis in here tomorrow. I know you guys really feel like you've got some unfinished business with Fort Lewis, because there have been, over the 2 seasons in the RMAC, there have been some games that have just been too close, and just a play here and a play here there go a different way, and you beat Fort Lewis.
Yeah.
And so going to have some unfinished business tomorrow night. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Carrick, I have a big shout out for you. You're the best, man.
Oh,
like,
you know what? You all make my job easy.
We love your kid right behind you, cheering us on, and we just love having you
Well,
as
I
part
can tell
of
you,
us.
he's happy that Kesley hit some threes tonight. So that's
he's
wearing that number 11 everywhere he goes.
He's saving it for tomorrow
Yeah.
too. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks,
thanks,
Carrick.
Coach. Appreciate it. Trailblazers win at 59-53, improving to 15-9 overall, 10-8 in the RMAC. That'll do it for the women's game. We got to step away for a few minutes. We'll be back here in about 7 or 8 minutes with the men's game here. And if you're listening on the radio, tune over to ESPN Radio 97.7 FM on Cherry Creek Media for that game tonight. But here we'll have the TV on Stretch Internet as well. Thanks so much for listening to the women's game. We'll have the men's game here in just a few minutes. Have a good night.